Sahanavavatu Sahanabhunaktu Sahaviyankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vaidikatvena karmano mukti hetuta Astiti chenna samsara mula hetva nirakrute. Kamya karma can only give swargas but not moksha. Even if one argues that karmas are Vaidika, told by Vedas, therefore, why should they not give moksha like jnana which is found in the Vedas? The answer is, karmas presuppose the ignorance and the consequent identification with the embodiment. Karmas are incapable of destroying, eliminating the ignorance, and therefore they by themselves cannot give the moksha. Not knowing this, the avivekis, mudhaha, avivekis, think that karma by itself is the highest goal of life and it can confer moksha, which is not true. About these people, now the Shruti explains, avidyayam antare vartamanaha swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha janghanyamana pariyanti mudhaha andhenaiva niyamana yatandaha. Meaning of this we have seen yesterday. So, themselves steeped in ignorance but considered to be wise, as a result they get subjected to all these sorrows of life. This is explained now. 1 to 8 is explained in 41 and 42. Avidya samsrutir moolametasyameva karminaha Vartante natu jananti brahmatmanam sadadvayam. Avidya samsrutehi moolam karminaha etasyam eva vartante. Sadadvayam brahmatmanam natu jananti. Sadadvayam brahmatmanam natu jananti. Avidya samsrutehi moolam. What is the moola? The cause of samsruti. What is samsruti? Samsara. What is samsara? What a question it is it not? Samsara. What is samsara? Having a house, wife or husband, children, properties, samsara, is it not? I think I told you once. I am supposed to give a talk, samsarat rahul adhyatma. Remaining in samsara, spirituality. I have agreed also. because I have start from what level they are. What is the concept of this person, these persons by samsara? What they mean by samsara is grahastha ashrama, that's all. That is what they meant. Actually what they want is remaining in grahastha how to take to spirituality. That is what actually that. But the word is samsara. Actually samsara, you know what is samsara? Characteristic feature of samsara? Okay, all is, but finally it is nothing but sorrow only. Some joy here and there, that always a flux of change, samsarati, changes. Changes means sorrow only. Who would like to be in sorrow? Come on. Samsarat Rahul, remaining in samsara. Who would like to be in sorrow? Anyone? No. So nobody would like to be in sorrow. There is no question of remaining in sorrow, taking to spiritual pursuit. But what they meant is samsara means grahastha. Yes, that is possible. Remaining in grahastha, can one take to adhyatma? Yes, it is possible. Arjuna, did he take to it or not? Or Arjuna took sannyasa? No. Arjuna was a mahagrahastha, not ordinary grahastha, because the responsibility that was on his shoulder is not on any of you as such. All put together also, you may not have that much of responsibility as Arjuna had. First and foremost, what was that? He has to win Mahabharata battle, not an ordinary joke with Bhishma and Drona, and you know who was the third person? Karna. Who is the fourth person? Jayadrita. This fellow had ocean of army. So as a warrior he may be nothing, but ocean of army all has to be cleared as such. So that is not an ordinary joke at all. And finally it happened to be one day international. You know that? One day international, because Arjuna by mistake took an oath. By tomorrow sunset, unless I kill Jayadratha, I will enter the fire. You know what? Krishna rebuked him. What a fool you are to take such a oath, because Duryodhana will see to it that you will not get Jayadratha. He will be kept at the back and you have to reach him. How far? That's a one day international. Time is limited. Otherwise, if it was continuous fighting, he would have reached, but within specified time. So that is there, and it was exactly done that way. And in the front are all these Bhishma, Drona, etc. He has to clear. So Arjuna did, straight away started piercing. Dronacharya was in the front. He said, when I am in front of you without fighting, how can you proceed further? He said, you are my guru, I need not fight with you. He said, he barged further, and like a rocket he started piercing, unmindful of who are the warriors, because he has to reach who? Jayadratha, unmindful. A time came, Dharmaraja has no news of Arjuna, because he was concerned. Because you see, there is a certain norm. When a warrior pierces, there are guards. Guards means equally mighty warrior. Guards for rear wheel, guards for front wheel, because chariot has to be protected. If the chariot is broken, where is this thing? So all they have. As Arjuna started proceeding, all army was there. They cut off the guards and only who is going ahead? Arjuna is going. Dharmaraja was alarmed. What is happening? So then what he did? He sent Satyaki. Satyaki was Arjuna's disciple, but more or less he was equal to Arjuna as such. Means that much prowess and the archery he had as such. So he started piercing through this, and a signal was to be given when he is found, etc. So it came that when Satyaki went near, but Satyaki's chariot got totally shattered. That means they destroyed the chariot. So at that time, Krishna had given this, that is an instruction to his charioteer. Who was he? Daruka. He had told him that, look, tomorrow, earlier night here, tomorrow it is not Pandavas who are fighting the battle. The world will see it is Krishna who is fighting the battle. I don't want to continue this plight of Pandavas as such. Because this is what is the decisive thing is going to happen as such. So, if the need be, I will blow my conch in the Bhairavato. Moment you listen this, rush my chariot fully armed wherever it is. Afterward the world will see it is Krishna who is fighting. He was determined. In spite of his oath that he will not fight. When he saw Satyaki like this, he had come near that and he did know what for it was. He had come, etc. He blew the conch of his. Within no time, Krishna's chariot came, but Krishna didn't use it. He gave it to whom? Satyaki, so that he can continue. Finally, you know what happened? What happened? Still the Jayadratha was hiding and Krishna did play the trick. So he covered the sun and he can know what happened. So that is what that means. He was killed. Anyway, what happened? That is what Arjuna was a Mahagrahastha. Why? He had so much of responsibility. That is that. So Grahastha also can take to spirituality, Adhyatma. That is true as such. Anyway, Samsara means what? Always a flux of change. So Samsara, not that wife, children, etc. Samsara means nothing but sorrow. Don't expect Bhagavan, make everything to my specification. No sorrow. Bhagavad will say, the nature of samsara itself is sorrow. So long as you are wielding a body, no one can expect to be totally free from sorrow. Maybe less sorrows, understandable, but totally free from sorrow is not. Like that, no? So long as the nose is there, it is bound to run. Cold, it is bound to catch the cold. So long as the heart is there, it is prone for attack. What is the big deal in that? So you take care so that it doesn't come, because food, health, exercise, etc. You take care, chances are less. But it is there. So long as the body is there, death is inevitable. You know, Hiranyakashipu, what he asked? Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu invoked Brahmaji and asked, and then he gave the darshan, asked for a boon. What is that? With the body, Amrutatva. Brahmaji said, sorry, I myself can't have it. I myself can't be immortal with the body. How can I grant you? By afterwards all these clauses were put. I should not die like this, I should not die like that, I should not die like this, etc., etc. And Bhagwan also has got a legal department, you know. So all these clauses were overcome and Hiranyakashipu was killed where? Neither the day nor the night, at the dusk time. Neither inside the house nor outside the house, on the threshold. Neither in the sky nor on the ground, on the lap in between Antariksha. So like this, all this fellow was torn to pieces. Anyway, so therefore, samsara means sorrow. What is the root cause of this samsara? Avidya, not knowing one's own swarupa. So therefore, avidya samsrutihi moolam. Karminaha etasyam eva vartanti. Karma means, who can take to karma? Ajnani or jnani? Ajnani, because duality has to be taken for granted. Identification of the body is taken for granted. So therefore, karminaha, those who karminaha means here, those who advocate karma alone is the final goal of life and can give liberation. Those people, etasyam eva vartanti. They are steeped in, they remain only in this. What is that this? Avidyayam eva vartan. That is what? Avidyayam antare vartamanaha. These people are only in ignorance. They don't know their swarupa. And therefore, sadadvayam brahmatmanam natu jananti. They don't know Brahma, which is the Atma Sarupa, Brahmatmanam. Brahma, which itself is I, Atma, and its nature is what? Sad, Trikala, Abadhita. The thing that never gets changed or destroyed. Advayam, non-dual. That's Sadadvayam, Brahmatmanam, Natu Jananti. They don't know at all, and they are steeped in ignorance. Fine, you teach them. An ignorant person should be taught, is it not? They are not available. Do you know why? They consider themselves to be very wise. And also they have got a following. If you take majority, a jnani may not have, maybe a handful of people, but this fellow has got thousands of people to follow. So therefore, so that is that. In Arabian proverb is there, I had told many times. You know, one Arabian proverb is there, he who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool, shun him. He who knows not that he knows not is a fool, shun him, don't follow him. He who knows not and knows that he knows not is simple, teach him. He who knows and knows not that he knows is asleep, awaken him. He who knows and knows that he knows is wise, follow him. Understood? So now these fellows are which category? He who knows not and himself knows not that I don't know is a fool, shun him. But these people think that he is wise, they know not what the truth is. So what they consider themselves to be? Panditam manyatam prapta karma kandartha vedanat. Panditam manyatam prapta karma kandartha vedanat. Guruscha tadrugevato hendhanitandhavat stitaha. Guruscha tadrugevato hendhanitandhavat stitaha. Karma kandartha vedana panditam manyatam praptaha. Panditam manyatam praptaha. Guruscha tadrugeva ataha hi andhanita andhavat handhanita andhavat by sandhi. Ataha andhanita andhavat hi sthitaha. Hi andhanita andhavat sthitaha. Now these people, they have studied Karmakanda portion, not totally illiterate. They have studied Karmakanda portion and know something about Karmakanda. So therefore what they consider themselves to be? Karmakandartha Vedana. Because of what they have studied and known in terms of meaning of Karmakanda or whatever that is told in the Karmakanda, what they consider themselves to be? Panditam manyatam praptaha. Consider themselves to be wise. But we have studied Vedas. We know what is there in the Vedas, but not totally. So therefore, they praptaha, consider. Fine, at least they should be guided by their Guru. He says, Guruscha tadrugeva. The Guru himself is what? He also studied only this and he thinks karma is everything. You know, Marathi they say, no, tutka chela putka guru. Tutka chela putka guru they say. So like that, the Guru also is equally like that. So as a result what happens? Ataha andhanitandhavat hi sthitaha. He indeed, their plight is what? Andhanitandhavat. Andhena nita andhavat. As the blind people led by who? Equally a blind person. Where will they land? If Bhagwan is kind, in the hospital. Because they may fall somewhere in the valley, etc. Otherwise, straight away, ticket. So, that way, Andanitandhavat sitaha. They remain, means they themselves are ignorant. Also, misguide the other people that karma alone is everything. See, Upanishad has made it very clear. Aparavidya in terms of karma is a sadhana for paravidya. It leads you, provided you take karma with the Ishwararpana Buddhi, Karma Yoga attitude. That way it gives you Antakarna Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi means maturity, Viveka dawns on the person. That way true. But what these people are, no. Karma itself is everything. It gives moksha, which is wrong, and they misguide other people also. So that their plight is further explained based on 129 Mundaka. There it is said, Avidyayam bahudha vartamanaha. They are in the realm of ignorance in many and varied ways, with different types of goals, thinking that itself as the highest one, and consider themselves because of this karma. Vayam krutarthaha. We are the accomplished person. We are the fulfilled person. Iti abhimanyanti. So they consider. Therefore, what is their nature? What is their status? Shruti says, Balaha. Balaha means what? Children. Children, it is for good for them. Somebody, a mother or somebody has to take care of them. So these people are Balaha. Yat karminaha na pravedayanti. Yat stands there. Yasma, because of the reason. Karminaha, these karmis, na pravedayanti, they know not what the truth is and what is the final goal of life, but only stick to karma as the final goal of life. And therefore what happens to them? Ragat. Ragat means because of total attachment for the karma phalas in terms of gains here and hereafter, these people, ragat, tena aturaha. Tena, because of that, aturaha means dukkhartaha santa. This is from Upanishad. Being steeped in sorrows, kshina lokaha. They do karma, and this yajna etc. what gives what? Swarga. Having gone there, kshina lokaha means kshina karmana. The karma phala gets exhausted. What happens? Chavanti. Chavanti, fall from where? Swarga. And come where? Afterwards we'll see. After falling means coming, returning from Swarga. Where do they land will be told afterwards. Now that avidyayam bahudha vartamana etc. is now explained. Aham yajva vajapeya rajasuyadi makhai yadi bhirmakhaihi. Kritartha iti ragena matva bhogakshaye pati. Aham vajapeya rajasuyadibhihi makhaihi yajva kritarthaha iti ragena matva bhogakshaye pati. This is what they think. What they think? Aham, me, vajapeya rajasuyadibhihi makhaihi. Makha means yajnas, sacrifices. By all such types of sacrifices, yajnas. What are those? Vajapeya, a name of a sacrifice. The Prime Minister has got surname Vajapayee. Do you know why? In his Vansha lineage, someone must have performed the Vajapeya Yaga. So that what the Vajapayee name has come there. Yes, it has to do with this only. Like Chaturvedi, Trivedi, name is Chaturvedi. This fellow doesn't know how many Vedas are there. Do you know that? when Max Muller, Max Muller had some, that means respect for this knowledge contained in the Vedas. And during British time, some youngsters used to go for ICS. Now it is IAS. In those days, ICS. They used to go to London. And it had become a fashion for these people who had gone for ICS to meet Max Muller. So one such student who was doing ICS by name Chaturvedi, Chaturvedi, he wanted to meet Max Muller and he went and sent his card. Max Muller read it. He was so happy. Such a person who knows because he knew the meaning of Chaturvedi. Whether this fellow knew or not, that the afterwards will see. So he knew this. So very happy. See, he came all the way from up to the gate, received the person, please come, because special. Otherwise, he would have met the person, but not that special honor. He came and he called him, and with all this made him sit, chai pani ho gaya. And what he was doing at that time, he had some problem with something from the Veda, because he was translating, etc. He had some problem with certain portion of the Veda. He thought, here is the right person who will help me. And this poor books, Max Muller, he told, sir, see, look here, he is a youngster and he is the elder, with all respect. Sir, I had this problem. Can you please enlighten me? You know what this idiot said? Wait, nonsense. Max Muller took him to task left and right and showed him the gate. So that's what it was. So it's all nonsense. We don't bother about it, he said. He said, what are you talking? Because at least he had the value as such. So that is what it is. Name is Chaturvedi, but he doesn't know how. No, he thought that he knows English and he has come to for ICS, etc. He thought he is something great as such, no value for own culture. So that's what it was. So that is how. So here Vajapeya, but now it is only a surname only. They themselves may not know what is called by, what is meant by Vajapeya. Okay. Rajasuyadi Makhaihi, like Rajasuya. Rajasuyaga, like can be done by only a Kshatriya king, as Dharmaraja did it. So like this, Yajva, having performed those yagas. So what they consider? Said, Kratarthaha, Aham Krutartha. I am fulfilled person. I am Kritakrityaha. What needs to be done in life, I have done. Iti Ragena. Ragena, because of their excessive attachment to the results of karma, promising the heavens. So, Ragena Matva, considering so, they do it, and having done properly, they certainly get the heavens, but what happens? Bhogakshaye Pate. They go to heaven, once the punya is over, Pate, fall where? We'll see afterward. So, take the other embodiment. Further, their concept, this is what they consider. Ishtapur, no, okay. That is in the mantra. Ishtapurtam, the next stanza is the meaning of, summary of this particular mantra, 1 to 10 of Mundaka. Ishtapurtam manyamanaha varishtham. Manyamanaha, they consider, this is varishta, exalted. What is that? Ishtapurtam. Ishta is yagadi, yajna yagadi, shrauta karma. The karma told in the Shruti, shrauta karma, yajna yagadi, recension of Vedas and all that. Purtam is philanthropic activities, smarta karma, like vapi, kupa, tatagadi, smarta. So construction of well, or water reservoirs, or that is construction of temples. That is what is required. There is no point in simply going on constructing the new temples, and old temples are just what? They are getting dilapidated. It's not correct. So this, and also charity, helping the distressed people, the one who needs, etc. There are many poor, etc., who can't get 2 meals a day, sir. If one can help them, all such activities of service and all those things, they come under the category of that is smarta karma. Smriti, it is in Smriti they are told. Karmas told in the Vedas, Shrauta karma, other are Ishta, and these are Purta, Smarta karma told in the Vedas. They consider Varishtham. This itself is the highest. No doubt these are noble, they need to be taken, but they can't be the highest goal of life. Look, who says this? Who says this? Mundakopanishad. Who gave Mundakopanishad? Don't tell only. Who is the guru here? Who is the student here? Shaunaka, that you remember. Who is the guru? Angiras. Angiraha. Angiras, substantive, nominative is Angiraha. So, Angiraha. Oh, that he gave, but he might have committed a mistake. But it is sure. You know who is the final source of Upanishad? Bhagavan, Ishvara. All Vedas are from whom? Ishvara only. And who are these in between? They are mantra drashtaraha. All these sages are who? Mantra drashtaraha, to whom they got revealed. But original is from who? Vedas are from who? Ishvara only. That is why, whether you know the meaning of what is told in the Vedas or not, even Vedic recension reciting, if you hear, you get punya. Do you know why? Ishwarokti. They are the words of Ishvara. Anything that comes from the mouth of Lord, Bhagavan, itself, even if you don't understand, if it falls on your ear, it has got its own value, punya. So that's what Vedas are Ishwarokti. That's why even listening to them without understanding, there is some punya. Not that it is only for that as such. You should know, you should conduct yourself, and you should uplift yourself from this samsara. So, but these people consider Nanyat Shreyaha Vedayante Mudhaha. Avivekis, fools. Other than this karma, there is nothing higher at all. No doubt karma has a status, but they think that is the end of all goals of life. Nanyat Vedayante. And as a result, what happens to them? They do karma, they get the punya, they go to heaven. Nakasya prishtete sukrute anubhutva. They go to heaven. Very interesting word is used for swarga here. You know, naka. What is naka? Marathi nak is what? No, nose is called naka. This is not nose. Heaven is called naka. Do you know how it's very interesting derivation? Kam means sukham. Kam, one of the meaning is sukham. Na kam, not sukham is akam. Not sukham is dukkha. Kam is sukham, happiness. Na kam means not happiness. Akam means dukkham, sorrow. Na akam, nakam. Not sorrow is naka, is called sarga. What does it indicate? Heaven means not positive happiness. Sorrow is not. That's all. That much is true. Sorrow is not there, but positive, some happiness means something is there, but not a positive happiness which can be there for all the time. That's why the word nakam means sargam. Means what? Not sorrow. No guarantee of the positive happiness. Because there also you depend on many things. And once your capital of punya is over, no visa extension also. You can go to America, etc., extend the visa and cheat them. So here, extension of visa is not considered at all. Once the capital is over, come back. So therefore he says, Nakasya prishte te sukrute anubhutva. Having experienced the sukruta means punya in terms of joy there. Imam lokam, They return. Where? Imam lokam. This world means this human embodiment. This world means human embodiment. Or no guarantee it will be only human embodiment. Heenataram va vishanti. An embodiment inferior to human embodiment, like animal embodiment, etc. More sorrow they come. This is what Shruti Upanishad says. That is now explained here. Varishtham karma matvasmat shreyo nyannaiva vedyasau. Varishtham karma matvasmat shreyo nyannaiva vedyasau. Svargadagatya vipratvam prapnoti shvadi janmava. Karma varishtham, add iti, matva, asmat anyat shreyaha na eva veti. Asmat anyaha shreyaha na eva veti. Put comma. Asau Svargad agatya vipratvam shvadi janmava. Shva adi shvadi. Shvadi janmava prapnoti. What they consider is karma varishtham iti matva. Karma alone is the highest, shrestha, most exalted. Iti matva, having considered. Asmat anyat shreyaha na ivati. Asmat means from this karma. Asmat stands for karmanaha. Then these karmas, anyat, anything else, shreyaha. Here means something which can give, that means joy and freedom from sorrow. Also shreyaha, it indicates shreya sadhana also. Other than this, other than karma, there is nothing nobler, nothing better or means of gaining something better other than karma. Naiva veti, he knows not at all. This is such a, that means a firm notion he has got. And what happens to him? Asau. Asau means one who has got such notion, tadra jnanaha. One who consider karma alone is most exalted. There is nothing better than karma. Karma only can give everything. Such a person who has got such notion, asau tadrujñata. One who knows like this, one who considers like this, what happens to him? Where has he gone now? As a result of karmas done, he has gone to heaven. There, having enjoyed the karma phalas punya, svargad agatya, having returned from heavens, what does he get? Vipratvam prapnoti shvadi janmava prapnoti. He may get vipratvam. What is vipratvam? An embodiment of a brahmana. Because among the, of course, in Varna system, the best embodiment is that of a brahmana, because he has got a better advantages. Not today's brahmanas as such. So that is, when the Varnashrama system was followed meticulously, today it is not practiced at all except for the external signs. We don't find much in that. Of course, there are also some great people are there. We can't totally deny them. So therefore, say, Vipratvam means a desirable embodiment. Or Shwadi Janmava. Embodiment of what? Shwa. What is Shwa? Dog. Adi, for anything you can imagine. A worm in the gutter. An ant. Or a snake, snake like this, he can get any embodiment. That's why heenataram, depending on one's own karma phalas. The question is, when does he get vipratva? Brahmana's embodiment is a very good embodiment for further sadhana. See, vipratva means a good embodiment for pursuing sadhana for higher and higher until he gains the moksha. When does he get the Vipratva embodiment, or when does he get the Shwadi embodiment? Animal, what is the animal embodiment, etc., dog, etc. So that is now being explained. Says, Karmantaram chedramyam syad vipratvam shwaditanyatha. Asaratamimam veti shuddhadhir nityakarmabhihi. So in the first line, when one gets the desired embodiment like Vipra, Brahmana, which is conducive to continuous pursuit of gaining moksha, or when does he get embodiment which are full of sorrow like dog, etc. So that is the first line. Second line concludes the result of nitya karmas that is being done. That is, by nitya karmas, we'll see that Shuddha Dhihi, which was already told earlier, same thing is concluded. Anvaya, Karmantaram Ramyam Chi Vipratvam Syam Anyatha Shwadita Syat. Anyatha Shwadita Syat. Second line, Nitya Karma Bhihi Shuddha Dhihi Imam Asaratam Veti. Nitya Karma Bhihi Shuddha Dhihi Imam Asaratam Veti. See, Karmantaram. What is Karmantaram? Anyat Karma Karmantaram. Anyaha Deshaha Deshantaram. Other karmas. What are other karmas? With punyas he has gone to heaven. That is over now. Remaining sanchita karma is there. From sanchita karma, which are now going to fructify immediately the future prarabdha, if those karmas. So, I hope you know that accounting system. You know, karma account is a peculiar accounting, not like our bank accounting. In bank accounting, how is that? Credits, debits, credit minus debit is a balance unless you have got overdraft facilities. Okay, that is different thing. So that is how it is. But here this karma accounting is papa account separately in terms of rewarding. Rewarding? Suffering. Punya separately accounted in terms of rewarding. Unless prayashchitta karma is there, some punitive action is there some nullification, something is written off. But other than prayashchitta karma, you have to account separate. That's why, no, look here. So therefore, don't run after this prayashchitta karma too much. For prayashchitta karma, you know what you have to do, you know? You have to consult astrologers. And nowadays, if you go to astrologers, acha bakra mil gaya. Finally, the bill will be 80, 90,000, 1 lakh, depending the customer. how much capability he has got as such. Better be away from that. If at all you want prayashchitta karma in Kali Yuga, the best prayashchitta karma with no money involved is name of the Lord. That has got all potency. And yet we are not able to make use it because of we lack Shraddha. We don't have that due Shraddha. Our Shraddha is when, so long as our desires are fulfilled, Bhagwan is great. If desires are not fulfilled, ye kya Bhagwan hai ye? Satya Sai Baba said, in Telugu, Sai is okay. There is other called Rai, you know. Rai means stone. What is this Sai Baba? He is Rai Baba. Because he has not fulfilled the
desire. There are varieties are there. When their desires get fulfilled, this is great. The moment desires are not fulfilled or he neglects them, then they start thinking, is he really Sai Baba or Rai Baba? So Rai Baba means stone Baba. So therefore what? He is stone as such. So that is how it is. So this is all barter deal, you know. You know what is barter deal? In olden days when currency was not there, so the goods were being exchanged as such. So like that, Bhagavan, you do this, I will, if you give me this, I will do this. Like, no, these people, they say, you go to Tirupati Balaji, if my daughter's marriage is fixed, I will do your Swayamvara. This fellow is who doing what? Who is Balaji? Vishnu Swayamvara, this person. And Vishnu is hankering for his marriage that this fellow does it. If Vishnu can arrange for the marriage of his daughter, can't he take care of himself? Stupid. They think that they can cheat Bhagavan also. Another thing, you know, Tirupati, they give hair. The filthy hair they give it to whom? Bhagavan. You Rama. It's a musibat. There is some significance, but nobody knows the significance. Do you know what is where? Shaving cleanly, etc. I think these temple authorities make money out of it, I believe. I think there is a money. The hair has got, yes, they have got money. Something they make and export or something. What wigs? Okay, whatever it may be. That export. That is fine. But not that Bhagavan wants. Maybe, they say, maybe the Puranic story is that Balaji is always receiving. He is a receiving God as such. That is okay. That is some Puranic episode is there. So he had borrowed from Kubera for marriage, it says. The story goes like that. He had borrowed from Kubera for marriage and he said, in Kali Yuga, whatever I had, I will give it to you. So he is still indebted to Kubera. That is only a Puranic story. Don't give much, is it? So that is okay. So, but does he require your filthy hair? But there is some significance. Do you know what is that? Hair stands for desires. And how many desires a person has got? There is no count. And when they are shaven means what? It is as significant that I will get rid of desire. But in shaving also he adds one more desire. Because his sankalpa is that if this desire is filled, I will shave. Otherwise he will not. He wants a crop and all that is. See, in our custom, in brahmachari's case, mundana is done. In mundana what is done? Everything is shaved except one tuft, aerial. The aerial direct to God it is. So one aerial tuft is kept there. So what is the significance of that? All desires are relinquished except three. The tuft stands for three desires. What are those? Shastra, study of Shastra, Guru and Ishwar. That attachment to what? Shastra. It should guide me properly. And that guidance I should get from who? Guru. And for what? To discover Ishwar. These three desires are retained. All desires are sevana. And in sannyasa, that even that stuff is cut off. Means get rid of those desires also. But how? By getting absorbed in the Swarupa. Not that when the sannyasa is given, he gets absorbed in Swarupa. It's indication. Now you have to get freed from even that attachment of Shastra, Guru and Ishvara, and you have to get absorbed where? In your Swarupa. So therefore, maybe as a custom, Balaji, what is that? Hair is offered, but all by this filthy offering you can't cheat God, okay? He knows better than you. You can't match him. Fine, that's fine. So, that is fine. So now, depending on the karmas, what happens? So he has to, that is what, he gets the embodiment like Shva Adi, if they are good, Vipratva, which is conducive for higher pursuit in life. In this way, desire, that is Kamya karmas, give heavens, etc., but this is what the final outcome. So, karmas are what? Sanchita karma, from which the immediate prarabdha karma gives rise to the present embodiment. As per that, that is what is called yatha karma, yatha shrutam, the desired embodiment or undesired embodiment they take. Now, a person who has taken to karmas with Ishwararpana Buddhi, as told earlier, so which was the stanza there? Ishwararpana, this word there? Somewhere Ishwararpita was there. Huh? 27. 37. Ishwararpita karmana kamya phalam proktam. Then Ishwararpita karmana phalam samsara heyatva buddhi sa atha vivichyate. From this portion, that result of nitya karma, if offered to whom Ishvara was being discussed, now he is concluding that. So that topic is now concluded. So he said, that is what he said, nitya karma bhi shadhihi. The one who does his nitya karma with Ishwararpana buddhi, as a result, he has got shuddhadihi, shuddha antakarna. What does he gain? Imam asaratam veti. He knows, he discovers this asarata. Asarata means even the best that karmas can offer is not worth aspiring for. Why? Finally, where are you back? Again, due to this good old samsara. There is no final remedy of samsara. Maybe in between some holiday camp was there. Holiday camp of what? Swarga. Or camp like this. Some come for that only. Thoda Kanyakumari dekhenge. All that should not be this thing. This is meant for only intense sadhana only. So that is asarata, means worthlessness. The efforts put forth are not, means that way they don't bring that much of return that we really want in life. So that worthlessness yogi gets. Therefore what? Karma serve as the means to develop shuddhanta karna and consequent viveka vairagya. So therefore, in this sense, one has to take to nitya karma. Now, so far, the role of karma and the result of karma was described. There is upasanas also are there. So what about upasana? One may say, karma is okay, but by upasana one can gain moksha. Why not take to upasanas? What is upasana? Manasa karma vyapara. So meditation, etc. do come under the category of upasana unless it is nididhyasana, where you are directly dwelling on your swarupa. But to do that, atma jnana is indispensable. If I don't know what is my swarupa, how the mind can dwell on my swarupa? Only a jnani can take to nididhyasana. Otherwise, saguna brahma manasa vyapara. Mind repeatedly meditating, dwelling on the Lord with the form, or as told in the this Vedas, like Hiranyagarbha upasana, etc., etc. These are upasanas done purely at the mental level. Physical karma, including Vedika karmas, are not there. In some cases, upasanas are supplemented with the karmas. With karma, the upasanas cannot gain the required capacity. That also is there. So one may think, maybe by karma, moksha is not possible. perhaps upasanas can give moksha. He said no. In a specific upasana, indirectly one can gain, but there is also defect is there, let us say. And rest all upasanas are incapable of giving moksha. So there in Mundaka 1 to 11 about upasana it is said like that. Tapaha, tapashraddhe ye hi upavasanti aranye. Their tapaha stands for swakarma. Shraddha, here Hiranyagarbha etc. upasana. The phrase tapashraddhe in Mundaka Upanishad, tapaha stands for swakarma, one's own karmas. Shraddha, see, Shraddha is not this Shraddha. It is upasana. It can be highest one is Hiranyagarbha upasana. Highest is Hiranyagarbha upasana or other upasanas also. That is a dual tapashraddhe. Ye, those, he upavisanti. Upavasanti means practice. Where aranye means aranye, in the forest. Who is involved here? Not a grahastha, not a sannyasi, vanaprastha. Vanaprastha, third stage of life. Semi-retirement, Total retirement is sannyasa. Semi-retirement. So that is what. But semi-retirement means not at home. In olden days, nowadays there is no forest. Even ashrams also have become a big business center. That is a different thing. So now here means in olden days, in that those days it was like this. Aranye, that is what in Vanaprastha ashrama. Shantaha. How they live there? Shantaha. Shanta means not simply quiet. Having withdrawn the jnanendriyas and karminas from their usual pursuit. Shantaha means uparata karanagramaha. Karanagrama, karana samuha, indriya samuha. Uparata, withdrawn from their usual pursuit. Means having controlled themselves. Vidvansaha. Here Vidvansaha, not jnani, nor scholars. Here Vidvansa Shankaracharya in Bhashya describes as Grihasthaha. Grihasthas can be Vanaprastha or Grihastha also. Bhashyakara gives that Grihasthaha. Means Grihasthas who take to Upasana. And then again Bhaikshacharyam charantaha. Some sannyasis also are involved because Bhiksha who can take to? Sannyasi. That's why Arjuna said, Shreyo bhaikshamapi haloke. Instead of killing my own people, better to live like on bhiksha. What does it mean? What he had in mind? I will go to Rishikesh and take sannyasa. That was in mind when he said bhiksha. So Arjuna, Krishna said nothing doing. It's not possible. So that is a bhaikshacharyam charantaha. What? And if they do this upasana properly, Suryadvarena te viraja. Means the path involved. After that, if they successfully do the upasana, they go through that is what Archi Marga, Surya Marga. It's a very interesting thing that Marga, etc. Like carriers in between, many deities are involved, etc. So a path is there through a Surya Mandala, he gets like that, many things are there. So Surya Dharana, Virajaha, free from all sins, Prayanti, they go where? Yatra Amrutaha, Saha Purushaha, Hi Avyaya. Yatra where? Who is that? Amrutaha. Who is that Amrutaha? Hiranyagarbha. They go to Brahmaloka, where Hiranyagarbha is there, where Yatra Saha Purusha, where? That is there. What? Which Purusha? Avyayatma. Avyayatma means indestructible. Hiranyagarbha is said indestructible, not totally, but relatively. Because in the creation, the one who lives longest is who? Hiranyagarbha. From that standpoint, he is called Avyayatma. Otherwise, Hiranyagarbha also is Savvaya only. He has got the Vaya, destruction also is there. There they go. What is meant is, they get what is called as Krama Mukti. So, Krama Mukti, Vidyaranya Muni remarks, even that is not desirable. Why? Number one, to go take to Upasana and go to Brahmaloka, very, very difficult. Suppose you succeed and go there, delay in moksha. Why? You have to wait until the kalpa ends, Hiranyagarbha winds up.
Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayanta Nyayena Margena Mahimahesha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Vashadu Parjanya Prithvi Sasya Shalini Desho Yangsho Varhita Brahmana Santu Nirmayaha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashit Dukha Bhagave Asato Ma Satyamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amsangamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purmadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om